everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really nice and cute and simple crochet drawstring bag. And I think these are really great for like party gifts or just gifts for fun. You can also just kind of put little trinkets in them. Like in this one I actually have a Lumigurumi octopus that I made. And I'm planning on giving this to one of my neighbors. So that's nice and fun. So if you want to give your, neighbors or someone that you know a fun little gift, then I'd totally recommend you try out this tutorial. This is a super simple design. Like when I say super simple, I mean like super duper simple. So you don't have to really worry too much about like how much yarn you're going to be using, because this barely takes any yarn. And this is also just so easy to make. There's not very any complicated stitches. And yeah, so let's just get right on into what we're going to be needing for the tutorial. So I'm going to be using this pink yarn. This is, I think, the Red Heart Super Saver yarn. I've already made, as you can see, this bag from it. But I need to make one more in pink because I'm giving this to my neighbor and she has 3 children, so, So this is a weight 4 medium yarn, and I'm going to be using a 4mm crochet hook. If you want, you can go ahead and size up or size down depending on what kind of stitch definition you want. So you can go from a size 4mm to a 5mm, or you can go from a 4mm to a 3mm, just kind of depending on what you want to do. So we're not going to need too much of this. I don't exactly know the yardage or whatever. But these are basically the only two things you're going to be needing. You're also going to be needing a pair of scissors eventually. So mine are just, these are my scissors. So, yeah. I was going to say the stitches that we're going to be needing in this video are half double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, and we're also going to need to know how to do a chain stitch and magic ring. Alright, so those are basically everything we're going to be knowing or needing to know for this video. Now let's get right on to the tutorial for the bag. Alright, so for the next row, we're going to be doing a just increase all the way around, and we're going to be using the half double crochet stitch for this row. So just do half double crochet and an increase. So we're doing it in half double crochets all around. So now we're going to be doing half double crochets into every stitch 2 times. So we're going to be doing increases into every single stitch. Okay? Also, for this entire pattern, we're just going to be using half double crochets until I say to switch to a different kind of stitch. But just do half double crochets all the way around, or increases, I guess. But just use the half double crochet stitch when you're doing the increases. I don't want anyone to like not use that kind of stitch because that's the stitch that we're using. Okay, so like I said, after every row we do, we're going to go into the first stitch of the row and do a slip stitch and chain 2. Okay? So, for the next row, for the next 2 rows actually, we have some options. For the next row, I'm going to be doing a single crochet and then an increase around. And then if you want to, after that row, you can do 2 single crochets and 1 more increase, just if you want the bag to be a little bit bigger than this size. Although if you make it this size, if you make it one size bigger, then you're gonna maybe have to do a few more rows going up. So I just recommend just making it this small size because I don't want to have to go through and explain another whole thing. So we're just gonna go ahead and do a single crochet into the first stitch and then an increase into the next stitch. And we're gonna repeat that all the way around. So single crochet and an increase. Single crochet, not single crochet, one stitch, now an increase, half double crochet, now an increase. Okay, so just keep repeating that all the way around until you get back to where you started the row. All right, so like always, we're just going to go into the first stitch and make a slip stitch and then chain 2. All right, so after we get to this point, I'm actually going to go off camera and we're just going to do 10 rows of single half double crochets. So just go ahead and just pause the video and we're just going to do we're going to do half double crochets around for 10 rows. And if you're going to be doing the two half double crochets and then an increase, go ahead and do that. And if you're going to do the 2 half double crochets and then an increase, do 11 rows instead of 10 rows of half double crochets. All right, so I'll be back when I have the 10 rows of half double crochets done. All right, so as soon as you are done with the 10 rows, it should look like this. 10 or 11 rows, as I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and count them. So this was our magic ring. Then we did an increase, single crochet increase. Now we have 10 rows to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So after you finish the row, you should do a slip stitch and then a chain 2. And now we're going to be doing the ruffly part. So for the ruffly part, you're just going to do, into the first stitch, you're going to be doing 3 double crochets. So it's different from a half double crochet. So 3 double crochets. 3. And then into the next stitch, you're going to go into with your hook, pull some yarn through, and pull through everything on your hook. So then that's a slip stitch. So we're going to do 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Okay, and then we're going to repeat that again and do a slip stitch. So we're just going to repeat that all the way around, and it's going to give us this kind of ruffly effect. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of it on camera, but mostly I'm just going to do it off camera because this part it takes a little bit longer to do, and I don't want to have to sit on camera for like 5 minutes of me just doing this. But just continue that pattern around of the 3 double crochets into one stitch, and then the next stitch you slip stitch. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera. You can go ahead and pause it if you haven't finished the row, and I'll be back when I have finished the ruffle row. Alright, so I finished the ruffles all the way around, and now we're just going to go into the next stitch. Actually, no, we're not going into the next stitch. We're going to go into this stitch right here, and then we're just going to do a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 1. Then we can take our scissors and just cut. And then I'm just going to do that. And here we have a good just place to, you know, pull tight, but I'm not really going to trust that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little knot just so that it does not undo itself. You can also go ahead and probably tuck in this a little bit if you want to. But I've just been making a knot so that's nice and secure and cutting the excess off, just like that. You can also go ahead and cut this because we don't need that. Just like that. All right. So this is the main pouch of it. Now we're going to make the drawstring, and the drawstring is just a chain of 50. So I'm going to show you how to do a chain real quick, or how to make a chain. So for the chain, you're just going to make a slip knot. So this is how I make mine. I just do that. Pretty simple. And then you're just going to chain 50. So I just kind of count my chains in tens, and I'll meet you back when I have 50. Alright, I have finished my 50 chains, so pretty long. Now I'm just going to chain 1, and I'm just going to take my scissors and cut. And pull nice and tight on both sides. Okay. Now I'm just going to cut this tail off, and also from this side, cut the tail off. And that is it for this drawstring. Now we're going to just put it together. So to put it together, what I did was I went in, and you can kind of see, so this is the back, because this is everywhere we did the slip stitch and then chain 2. So you can kind of tell that this is the back. So because of this is the back, I'm gonna turn it around like this, and I'm gonna stick my hook through right about there. So, like right there, a row before this, the ruffle. A row before the ruffle, and you're going to take the drawstring, and you're just going to pull half of it through. Okay, because in order to make it a drawstring bag, we have to kind of attach it in a way so that we can make it close up. So now that it's like this, we have half of it kind of in the middle and then half of it outside. We're just gonna go and do this part first. So I'm gonna go in from the outside now. I'm gonna grab this and pull it back through outside of the bag. Okay? And then you're gonna kind of just keep repeating that. So now we're gonna go inside through the stitch, and we're gonna pull it through to the inside now. And you're just gonna keep repeating that all the way around until you get to right here, where you just have 2 little tiny pieces sticking out. So I'm just gonna keep repeating that on camera because it's not that hard to do on camera. Just like that. Okay. And now for this piece, I'm just gonna go in one time. And out to the next. So if you kind of see that this one's a little bit longer than this one, then just kind of put your fingers in like this and kind of put a little bit of pressure against the sides, and then just pull through more of this string. If that didn't really make sense, I'm sorry. But now they're kind of even, so that's good. But now that we did that kind of step, so it goes inside and outside, now we can just take these two drawstrings and pull it tight. And we can easily tie them up in the front if you want it to be tied. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this drawstring kind of bag tutorial. This is a very simple design, so I hope it kind of made sense. If you made the bigger one, then I would recommend the drawstring to be about 60 chains or 70 chains. You can kind of test it out and see what fits for your drawstring. But I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I think it is a very cute gift idea, and yeah. So, yeah. This was a request by someone named Alicia from Pinterest. So if you are interested in me making a certain design, either crochet or lumigurumi, then of course, obviously you can easily just message me on Pinterest. I'll put my Pinterest in the description below. But she has been chatting me and telling me like, ooh, can you make this and can you make that? So I really liked this idea and I went ahead and made my own pattern of it. So I do hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and yeah. So that's always an option if you have a specific request for me. But I'll see you guys in the next tutorial, and yeah, bye.